Okay, there we go. Well, hello, my Facebook family, YouTube family. Happy Monday, marvelous Monday, y'all. Already, it's Monday. Oh my goodness gracious, missed you all last week. Missed you all last week. I was traveling and meeting with some of our amazing supporters and family and friends of the ministry that my father and my mom, thank God, have. And as we just continue, we're continuing the legacy, the dream that my father started. And so it was just really important for us to meet with our friends, our families, those who are partner with us to just kind of let them know that we are still moving forward despite the loss of, great leader, my father and my brother. But having the opportunity, I want to share that with you all, to just honor them, which is allowing us to be able to continue our healing processes. So we're honoring my father and my brother. One of the things that we're doing now is that we are actually having a drive or a sponsorship, donation, whatever. Because this usually every Christmas, during the Christmas time, my parents do a big thing as it relates to a Christmas treat for the community, not just for the children, but for for the adults as well. And so this year, we really wanted to make this year beyond one of the best years, so we can pray to honor my father and my brother. And so what we're doing is that we're collecting toys, and not just toys, but home items, personal hygiene, both for children, as well as for adults. And what we do on that time, we do a little Christmas program, and then we distribute the clothing, the food, and everything as well. And then we also feed the community. And so we're really excited for that. We're going to be doing that December 21st in Jamaica, right in the district of Mount Vernon. And it is really going to be an epic time this year. Really, really exciting. And so I'm sending an invitation. If you want to join us in Jamaica and to be a part of the Christmas treat, we would love to have you. We would love to have you. The facility that we have house plenty of people. Okay, so you don't have to be like, I don't have any place to stay. You got some place to stay. I'm saying it's a public. You have some place to stay, right? And just see how this mission is expanding. And as we're just offering as well, different mission groups who want to join and support and really just be able to serve in a community that is less fortunate, okay, really, really, really are, and just make a difference. And so that was what my father was about. My brother was about, he loved the children. He was a big kid himself, right? And so he loved encouraging and teaching kids as it relates to the arts. And so that's one of the things that we are doing before the year is end, to just bring remembrance to those amazing individuals, my father and my brother, right? And what it is doing for my family and myself, it's allowing us not to focus on the loss that we have, but on the focus on the lives that we still have and how we can still honor their life, their legacy by doing something what they enjoy doing, and that's in pouring into others. So if you are interested, I believe I did post a flyer. I will post it again and share that information. If you are interested in donating, because we are going to be shipping down things by, we have to have things by November the 1st, yes, which is Friday, which is crazy, which is crazy. So go ahead, let me know. You can reach out to me. You can Zelle, you can Cash App. Oh, if you do Zelle, it's Beacon of Hope, ja@gmail.com. Or you can write a check, and that's information for those of you that still write check, and you can send it to the office, and we will show you what's happening. with that. We have a lot of great events coming up for 2025, where I will be having a men's retreat. The men's retreat is going to be in March. Then the women's retreat will be in May. But in between that, we're going to have a couples or those who are preparing for marriage at the Mission Center. And so that information will be coming out shortly as well. And we have some other events that's coming up, VBS, and some other outreaches that we'll be doing, and other groups that we'll be hosting, right? And if you want to host a mission group at the Mission Center, we have the space. Okay, we have the space as well, and I'm going to be sharing more with that. But I wanted to talk about today, as I was dealing with the last couple of months, and people who I know, and myself being a self-employed, or those who are independent contractors, you're maybe a 1099, you're considered self-employed, or whatever that means, you're a solopreneur, or maybe you're a small business. But one thing that for sure is we have to understand that when life happens, that our income is protected, and that we know how to navigate the different stages of life, that we're not reactive, right, but proactive. Because when you're in a space of dealing with tragic or loss, whatever that might be, you're not always in the best headspace. And if there is something else you have to deal with as relates to income, it could be pretty devastating and overwhelming. And I've been having questions, like, God, Chichi Melanie, I work for myself. I don't think I have everything in place, because when life happens, how do I handle this? How I handle that? And so today I wanted to come on and just talk about, actually, it says 8 ways, but I want to talk about 9 ways. Okay. 9 ways, one being a bonus, on ways as an independent contractor, self-employed, individuals, even if you're like, but I'm not self-employed, I'm an independent contractor, but maybe you're just like, I want to make some extra income. How do I make sure that my extra income that I'm making is protected? This is for you. Okay. This is for you as well. If you're like, I want to get into the space of working for myself, having the time and the flexibility to do things I want to do. What do I need to do so I am successful during working for myself, even if life happens, right? Because there is different stages of life. So I want to talk about those things right today. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is, and I hope you're ready, get something to write with. Get you something to write with. Get you something to write. Get you something. Okay, not get you something to write with. Get something to write with. Is making sure that you protect your greatest asset. Okay, your greatest asset. Now, I know when we hear this, we get a little queasy, or just like, oh my gosh, I don't like talking about that. But I'm talking about this because I want you to feel comfortable. And I want you to feel that this is not something talking about death, but it's talking about life. Your life, if you're single, right? Right? Your life, if you are married, as you and your spouse, your life for you, your spouse, and if your children, if you're single and children, right? Doesn't matter, the different stages. And that is the first thing, is you're protecting your greatest asset, right? Your greatest asset. Do you know what your greatest asset is? I want to, comment in the chat if you know what it is. What is your greatest asset? If you know what your greatest asset is. Well, for those of you, right, that don't know, your greatest asset is your income, not your car, not your house. Okay. Your greatest asset is your income. And you're like, well, how is that? Yes, because your income pays for your food, clothing, and shelter, and all the things that you need to survive. And so I want you to think about, if there's ever a loss with your income, are you able to handle that? Right? Are you able to continue life, or those you leave behind, or even if you get sick, right? And you don't have access to thousands of money. Do you have something that you can access thousands of dollars that can help you as you go through that period of downtime, and still be able to take care of your expenses, take care of your family, take care of yourself if you are single, because you have to take care of you, right? Do you have that? And so life insurance is just not for dying. It's just not for burial. I want us to get out that mind. Life insurance is for life, when life happens, can you can you handle the unexpected things of life? And we cannot, let me say that, we cannot keep our head in the sand and think that somebody else is going to do it. We cannot keep our head in the sand and think that, oh, it's not, it's too expensive. But yet and still, we don't prioritize our money and we spend things that don't give us any value, no type of return, right? And we carelessly do those things, right? And now listen, I'm totally a believer of enjoying life, but I am a believer more than ever that you have to make sure that when life happens at different stages, that you can properly handle it and not have to depend on somebody else, not have to go do a GoFundMe or a fish fry or your fundraisers on all these things, which at the end, as noble as those things are, don't last. They don't last very, very long. Oh, it's not enough. Okay. So income protection, whether that be, right? As one of the services as I offer, I make sure that my people have life insurance, but also have an investment. I'm going to talk about that a little bit in further. Okay. And the reason why, because you could be living longer, and people are living longer, by the way. Okay. People are living longer even because of modern medicine. Modern medicine. Okay. So that's the first thing. The second thing that you need, the second thing is legal protection. Once again, this is not something that we're just like, oh, okay, that's for the rich. No, this is for you. This is for you. If you have yourself, you want to leave have a legacy, you want to protect the things that you work so hard for, or in your business, you're up in here, you're hustling, you're grinding, right? Your income is coming. Your income is probably just coming by you, right? Which we're going to talk about in a second. But you want to make sure, as an independent contractor, 1099, self-employed, whatever you are, that you are protected legally. Your business is protected, right? You have some type. Oh, by the way, there is business life insurance. Do you know that? There are business life insurance. So there's a personal and there's a business, by the way, okay, that is out there. And it's not a whole lot, by the way. Okay, just want to share that with you with what I said previously. But the legal, right? So as a independent contractor, so pioneer, having an LLC, setting up your corporation, setting up your corporation. Now let me say this: if the state that you're living in to set up the corporation is a little costly, you can set up in a different state that is less expensive, and you still get all the benefits. Right. And there's a couple of them, Las Vegas, Nevada, all these other states where you can set up your entity, okay, and still get those tax benefits, even though you're not in that state. Right. You just have to be mindful. There's some different, criteria, but needless to say, it does not hold you in your state, because I know there are some states like Tennessee where setting up the corporation is expensive, because I had a client. It's expensive in that state, but that didn't stop her whatsoever. She was just like, well, I just go over here and set it up and protect my business, right? Protect my personal, right? With a will, a trust. Now, listen, I know we hear about, I gotta have a trust. I want to be like a Rockefeller, but before you be a Rockefeller, you got to rock with where you are. So you start with where you are, because having a trust is a process. So having the will, okay, is less working towards having a trust. Start with where you are. Okay. But this is definitely a way, as I said, in the corporation, all these things as a independent contractor, protecting, right? Self-employed, 1099. Okay. Because you're out here hustling and grinding. The third thing is an emergency fund. This is where you're paying yourself first. So when that money is coming in, you're getting paid. All right. The dollars are wanted. You're not taking your money and putting it all back in the business. You are taking a portion of that and putting in some type of investment, right? Some type of emergency fund, a money market where it can grow, right? You are paying yourself. This is where you are making sure that you are taking. I don't care if you made $200. Put $20 away. If you made $1,000, put $100. What if you made $20? Put $2 away. Something is better than nothing, because you'll be so surprised how that little bit. We have a thing that says every mickle make a muckle, right? Every little bit counts. How just because you prioritize, right, and you put something away, that when those emergency happens, that you are good, whether that's an emergency of $400, $500, $1,000. You're not having to be like, okay, I'm not even sure where I'm going to get this money. Ding, 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 ding. You prepared. You prepared for those things. You prepared when things were slow. Okay, that's where you emergency. You prepared that when you have to take care of your family, your children, you're unable to work. Right. And I mean, I can say this was a testament for me, just the mere fact that for the last couple of months, I wasn't grinding and working. And I'm self-employed, right? Independent contractor, whatever you want to, your demon. And if I didn't have those things in place, let me tell you, it could be rough. It could have been rough, right? But thank God things were in place. So it wasn't the downtime of just trying to get life together and just figure out things. Something was still coming. Something was still coming in. And what it might not necessarily be the magnitude that as it was, but something was still coming in. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that, of the making sure that you diversify. But this is where it's important that when those things happen, you're unable to work, you're on vacation, whatever the case may be, that something is still coming in. Okay. So, and you've put something away, right? So that's the emergency fund. Now, the next thing is I hope you all writing this down. Okay. I hope you all are writing this down, these gems, right? And so I want to talk about retirement. Now, listen to this. Retirement is not an age. It is a number. Okay. You could be retired at 25, 35, 45, whatever that may be, right? It is a number, but you're like, but what's the number? It all depends on your circumstances, right? As a self-employed independent contractor, or even as a contractor where you have employees, you need to know what's your FIN number. And you're like, FIN? Is that a fish? No, your FIN number is called your financial independence number. That means that number that you need to understand that you can continue your lifestyle without missing a beat, without having to going back into the workforce, right? Are you able to have that when you decide that I'm done with this? I want to enjoy the rest of my life. I want to travel. I want to be with my spouse or my friends. I want to do all those things that, because I was working so much now, I wasn't able to do, but now I have this time. I've put things in place. And so having that retirement, whether that's for a self-employed independent contractor or a Roth IRA, right, where money is going in after taxes, when you're ready to withdraw, right, you don't have to pay taxes on the money. And as well as there's a little bit more lenient tax benefits, and you don't have to do a mandatory distribution. That means you don't have to withdraw. That money can stay there and continue to grow. But if you have employees and you want to help your employees to start their retirement, you have some benefits with that, having to set up a 401k plan where money is going in before taxes for them. When they're ready to withdraw, they do have to pay for it, but it's starting them on the right path, right, with this money gain. It's starting them. You're helping to put things in place. You can match. It is a benefit to you and your business. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? But you're making sure. And by the way, there are so many different programs as it relates to retirement where you can put more than the amount, the required or the limit amount, right? As an independent contract, self-employed, you could actually put in more in your retirement. Yes, you can actually put more. There are accounts that you can put more in there. Just saying. All right. So the next thing, as we navigate, right, we talked about the importance of the emergency fund, right? We talked about the short term. Oh, let's talk about the short term investments, right? And the short term. Oh, and I almost forgot. I should be previous. But basically, your money is an investment now, right? Your emergency fund is where you can easily access the money, as I said, in the money market. But your short term, where now money is working for you, right? Maybe you have a goal, you want to be able to expand your business in the next 3 years. Maybe you want to buy a house, whatever that may be. But your money is working for you. This is important. If you are an independent contractor, you're self-employed, you're hustling, you're grinding, right? You're putting all your efforts out there, and it's only on your efforts. Ain't good. It ain't good. Okay, because you get tired and you sometimes physically cannot do everything as much as you want. You physically not. So that's why it's important to have some type of investment or something. This is where you're diversifying your income streams. Okay, and that's one of the levels where this is a thing now, is that at the end of the day, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. At the end of the day, you're creating things or avenues where you don't physically have to do it and be there to generate an income. Maybe you're creating digital products. As I said, maybe you're having invested. Maybe you're having other people to help you with your business, right? You hire them as maybe subcontractors. They're working, right? You're not there, right? Because now you're a business owner, and yet and still you are still making money. So this is where you have to be thinking as an independent, self-employed individual, like, how can I do this or still make money while I'm still sleeping? Because there's nothing like waking money. Or how can I have this where I don't physically have to be there to be able to collect income coming to me? Okay, this is how you can do it. These are some ways that you can do it. Okay, I talked about protecting your income. The next thing I want to talk about is planning for taxes year round. We do not wait until January. That's what I said. January comes in where you're not planning now how to be able to make sure that you have your taxes in place, that you're getting all the tax benefit. Because even usually as an independent contract, self-employed, even if you're conducting your business outside of the home, you still could have a home-based business. And there's a lot of benefits that are out there for you that you want to take advantage of, but you have to understand how to track up, to keep up with it. You know, your cell phone, your utilities, your mortgage, your rent, all these things are deductible, right? Because you have a business. And if you have children, right, and you hire them in your business, that's another deduction, by the way. And by the way, you can have your children have a custodial retirement account. They can start, you can match them. That's another benefit towards your business as an independent contract, self-employed, right? They're helping you. You've hired them. Yes, you can hire your children, even if they are infants, because they could be a model. There's just different layers, right? Because the work has to be age appropriate, and you have to also document, right? And you do have to pay them a reasonable rate, right? Whatever that job may be. That's a whole nother different topic. I'll get a little bit deeper in that in another video, but I just want to hit these points. Okay. The next thing is making sure that you keep your personal finances and your business separate. No commingling, baby. No commingling. Do not mix the money together. Have separate accounts for your business and your personal. I still like that. Don't mix it together. And even if you say, well, I'm a solopreneur, I don't have an EIN number, you can still open up a business account as a solopreneur. You still can. And you can still get an EIN as a solopreneur. You really can. So you don't have to use your Social Security number. You can do that. And there are some free accounting software like Wave. Okay, Wave is a free accounting software that can help you to manage those different expenses as well. Okay, which is going to help you with your taxes, by the way. I'm just saying. Just saying. Just saying. All right. So the next thing is debt. I know we don't like to talk about that, but let's talk about it. All right. Because we can talk about it, you can deal with it and move on. And so as money is coming in, right, you are working, you're grinding, you're also having a plan. If you do have debt, how to pay it off effectively. Okay. One of the ways is debt stacking, where you're starting with the smallest one and you're working your way Okay, you start with this one, yeah, working your way up instead of paying a little bit of here on this one, paying a little bit of there. There's a proper way to do it where you can start seeing the results faster, and it allows you to be really, really focused with debt stacking. With debt stacking, no matter what the amount may be, no matter what the amount may be, because once you start putting a plan together, baby, you'd be surprised what God can do. Let me tell you. Let me tell you on that. Let me tell you. Okay? Let me tell you. Let me tell you. So, hello, fabulous, happy day. Okay? The next thing as it relates to the ways as an independent contractor, self-employed, 1099, whatever you want, you out here hustling, grinding, that you can protect your income is making sure that you okay, that you have the mindset that you are getting wise counsel, because you don't know everything, but you know somebody that does. This is where it's important that you put yourself in the position of taking care of yourself. You put yourself in the position, understand the money game. It is a game, it really is, but you have to understand how to play the game effectively and efficiently, which you can, by the way. Okay, so I've talked about a lot of things. Okay, I hope this was helpful to you all, and I'm going to get a little deeper on all the things that I talk about in further videos as well, because I really want you to understand why you need to have life insurance, both in your business and personal, right? Protect your income, why you need to make sure that you're legally structured, right? Protecting your business from being sued, right? Protecting your assets, why you want to have an emergency fund where you're paying yourself first, right? Whatever money you're getting, you're putting something, even if it's $2, you made $20 that day, you putting something or away, because when unexpected things happen, right? You're not just drowning, right? You're still thriving despite that loss, despite that little setback. Okay. You have your long-term investments, you have your short-term investments, because money is working for you. Remember, emergency is where you can access the money real quick, but you want to have the short-term and long-term as well, because money has to be working for you just as hard as you are working for it, which is allow you to be diversified, right? This is where another word that your money has to be diversified, that is not just coming from your efforts at all. Okay. And if you have children, the other thing too is making sure that your children are good, right? Having a custodian, and talk about that one, having some type of custodial if you have children or even grandchildren or nieces and nephews, right? And you want to, maybe leave a legacy or something like that and just help them along, right? That could be college, some type of college fund, 529, UGMA, or a custodial Roth IRA. These are some things that you can put in place as it relates to ways that you can protect yourself as an independent contractor, self-employed, all of that. Okay. Tackling the debt, the debt, because that means you have more money that you can pour into yourself, into your family, into your business, into your investments. Now you're having more things that you can diversify, because now you have all this money coming in. It needs to be diversified. You can do that, right? Once you're tackling the debt as well. All right. So, I like to tell you all to do that. You have an opportunity to meet with me. You have an opportunity. I offer a complimentary 15 minutes, right? Because I am a licensed financial rep. You can meet with me for 15 minutes for complimentary, all right? And this is going to allow you to see where you are, right? And how I can assist you with making sure that you are protecting your income, making sure that your financial house is built right and tight. At the end of the day, that no matter all the different stages that happens, that you are not just good, but you're great. That you're great. That you are great. So I hope this information. So go ahead, reach out to me. You can message me, send me an email. Depending on where you're seeing me, I do have a link that you can click on and schedule it, or you can just reach out to me and I'll send you the link as well. Because I want you to get started. I don't want you to get stuck. Okay, no more getting stuck. No more being like, oh, I'm always have to do it. No, because you can physically get tired. No matter if you are in a service-based industry where you have to do it, there are still things that you can put in place to make sure that your efforts are not just coming from you, because you're not putting your eggs all in one basket, right? Because when life happens, you don't have to be, as I like to say, reactive, but you are proactive, my friends. You are proactive. You are proactive. And even if you say, well, we have this thing, well, the church is going to help me, the pastor, no, baby. God wants you to prosper. That's what he said. He wants you to prosper even as your soul prosper and be in good health. And God likes to do things in decency and order. And if you find in the word of God in Ecclesiastes, right, 11, he talks about having multiple streams of income, diversifying, because God knows that life happens and he wants you to be prepared. So we have to be wise. We pray for wisdom. Lord, give me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. These are the ways that's going to put you in that effort. All right, my peeps. So with that being said, like I always say, remember to pray, plan, and believe, because God is still in the business of doing miracles. Make it a great day. Bye, fabulous.